How to talk to a toxic person without losing your cool. 3 scripts and psychologists' breakdown. Hello friends, be honest, have you ever walked away from a conversation with someone and felt like you were emotionally beaten up? Your hands are shaking, your mind keeps replaying, what could I have said differently? And you promise yourself, next time I won't lose it. And then you lose it again. It could be your mom, mother-in-law, adult child, colleague, or an old friend. Age doesn't matter. Almost all of us have fallen into this trap at least once. Today, I'm giving you 3 ready-to-use scripts, from the softest to the final one. And most importantly, how to stay calm even when everything inside is boiling. Everything you'll hear is based on methods used by professional psychologists, nonviolent communication, dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, and scientifically proven emotional regulation techniques. Why we lose control and how to stop it. When a toxic person criticizes, devalues, or guilt trips you, your brain perceives it as a threat. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for survival, switches on the fight or flight mode. And then we either shout back or freeze and swallow everything inside. But there are 3 simple steps that can help you regain control in literally 5 to 10 seconds. First, the physiological sigh. 2 short inhales through the nose, followed by 1 long exhale through the mouth. This isn't just a calming ritual. A Stanford University study published in 2023 in Cell Reports Medicine showed that this breathing pattern reduces anxiety faster than most meditation practices. Second, name the emotion to yourself. Right now, I feel anger, hurt, guilt. This is called affect labeling. Research by neuroscientists at the University of California, Los Angeles has shown that when we put an emotion into words, amygdala activity decreases, literally. Third, reframing. Remind yourself, this is not about me. This is their usual pattern of behavior. I am only responsible for my response. 3 steps, 5 seconds. Practice them before every reply, and you won't lose control. Now, let's break down 3 different ways to respond to the exact same situation. Situation: a toxic relative says to you, "You didn't come again this weekend. You don't care about family at all. You're so selfish." I'll show you what to say in a soft, neutral, and final style. Each version includes a breakdown of why it works. Version 1. Soft. For people you want to keep in your life. Here, we use the principles of nonviolent communication, a method developed by psychologist Marshall Rosenberg and widely used in conflict resolution and couples work. The structure is simple. Observation, my feeling, my need, specific request. Your response. Mom, I can see how important it is to you that we see each other more often. I want that too. When you say I don't care, it makes me feel heavy, and I feel a lot of guilt. I love you and value our connection. Right now, I have a very busy period, but I want to find a solution. Let's pick a specific day next week when I'll come and spend the whole day with you. How does that sound? Why it works? You start by acknowledging her feelings. This lowers her defensiveness. Then you honestly express your own state without blame. Finally, you make a concrete request instead of empty words. The person feels respected, not attacked. The relationship is preserved, but you are no longer in the position of the eternally guilty one. Version 2. Neutral. For colleagues, friends, and when the soft version doesn't work. Here, we use the Dear Man technique from dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. This is a clinically studied method with proven effectiveness developed by psychologist Marsha Linehan. Dear Man teaches you to describe the facts, express your feelings, assert your request, and stay consistent without justifying or arguing. Your response. I hear that you're upset.
I've made the decision not to come this weekend. I'm asking you not to say that I don't care or that I'm selfish. It's not accurate and it doesn't help us. If we speak with respect, it will be easier for me to plan visits. Let's discuss when exactly it would be convenient for you to meet soon. Why it works. You describe facts, not emotions. You clearly state that labels are unacceptable. You offer a constructive way forward. No justifications. This is important. When we start explaining and defending ourselves, we give the person more material to pressure us with. Specialists call this the JADE Trap. Justify, argue, defend, explain. Getting out of it means stopping playing by someone else's rules. If the pressure continues, simply repeat the key phrase in a calm tone. This is called the broken record technique from assertiveness training. No new arguments, the same thing, calmly.
Version 3, final. When it's time to protect yourself. This is no longer about preserving the relationship at any cost. This is about self-respect. Your response. I will no longer participate in conversations where I'm devalued and labeled. If you continue, I will end the conversation. My emotional well-being is important to me. We can talk later when we can communicate calmly and respectfully. If the person continues, I'm ending this conversation. Have a good day. And you hang up or leave the room. Why it works? You clearly set a boundary and, most importantly, the consequence of crossing it. Be prepared. When someone encounters a boundary for the first time, they often react more strongly than usual. In behavioral psychology, this is called an extinction burst, a short-term increase in unwanted behavior before it starts to fade. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means the boundary is working. Holding firm and not falling back into the old pattern is the adult position. I choose myself. 4 rules that work everywhere. Remember these 4 rules. They apply to all 3 versions. First, don't justify or argue. The more you explain, the more material you give for pressure. One clear answer, nothing more. Second, be consistent. Once a boundary is broken, it signals that it can be broken again. Consistency is not rigidity, it is self-respect. Third, recover afterward. A walk, a cold shower, a conversation with someone you trust. Difficult conversations leave a physiological trace, and the body needs time to return to normal. Fourth, know when you need professional help. If the toxicity turns into systematic humiliation or emotional abuse, these scripts can help, but they don't replace working with a psychologist. Sometimes the best step is to leave the relationship, and that's okay too. Conclusion. Friends, you deserve calm and respectful relationships. You have the right to say no and still be a good person. Which of the 3 versions feels closest to you? Write in the comments who is the most difficult toxic person in your life. I read every message. If this video was helpful, like it and save it. Subscribe so you don't miss new breakdowns on psychology, boundaries, and healthy relationships. You are not alone, and you're already taking the first step, learning to protect yourself. See you in the next video. Take care.